today I wrote a fairy tale, and before I start I want to say that Deborah, Jonathan and Jared helped me writing it. And I don't want to read it out, that would be boring. I need some actors. And so at first I need a princess. And I think Luke is a nice prince. A wonderful princess, right? Then I need a prince, Prince Humperdinck. I think Benny is a good prince. Okay, but one prince would be boring, so I need a second prince. And this is Prince Charming. And is CJ here? But when there is always a prince and a princess, there are also king and queen. So I think Red and Jane. Okay, but there are not only people, there's also a time, and so we need a clock. And Janessa did a good job at Cinderella, so now you have the clock. Then I need a bird. And Astrid, do you want to be a bird? And we need a kind of location, so I also need a carpet. And Wade, you can be a carpet.
That shirt is beautiful. Okay, hold on, we gotta take this off. Clothes under it.
And for the beginning and for the end, I need a curtain. And who wants to be a curtain? 2 people. Yeah? And one more?
Jordan Thompson.
Eva, do you want to be a curtain?
Come on. Jordan Thompson.
Then I need a door. Who wants to be a door? Then I need a sign holder. Jamelin, you can be a sign holder.
Yeah, I can. Absolutely.
And I need 2 crumpets. Yeah, you're nice.
Yes!
And before we start, one prince has flip-flops. Okay, while I read the story, you have to act what I'm reading. And sometimes you have to say something, then I stop reading, for example, and the princess said, and then you have to say anything. Okay? So, Well, at the beginning we need the curtain in the front. And the bird can be here. And the clock can be in the corner. And king and queen will come later. And the crumpets will come later too, so they can sit down in the beginning. And the two princes can sit down in the front because they will come soon. And the carpet can be that way. Yeah. And the door is in front of the carpet. Okay, now we can start. The curtain opens. Applause. Okay, once upon a time there was a beautiful princess who lived in a faraway land. She sat in her room at the top of her tower and she was Croatian. So there's still. In her wonderful princess room, there was a plush carpet on the floor that the princess loved to run her bare feet over. And sitting on the windowsill was a small owl with big round eyes and fluffy feathers. The tall grandfather clock stood in the corner and struck 9 o'clock. Ding! Immediately, there was a loud knock on the door. The frightened owl started flying around and making crazy noises, but sat down on the windowsill again. The princess stopped her work and was excited to see her guest. So she looked at the door and said, oh, you have to say something. She looked at the door and said, the door opened and a small prince named Humperdinck entered the room with the sound of flip-flops. He greeted her saying, hello. With the next step, he tripped over the carpet and sprawled on the floor. The princess was disappointed by her guest Humperdinck, and with her nose in the air, she said with disgust, "He just fell." But Humperdinck knelt before her and tried to convince her of his love by asking, "Come on, would you be with me together?" She heard his words, but they did not touch her heart. So she answered, "You fell." The clock struck 10. The frightened owl started flying around and making crazy noises, but sat down on the windowsill again. Suddenly, the princess looked up and saw a second prince named Charming standing in the open door. He was tall, muscular, with blue romantic eyes and the perfect flow in his dark hair. The princess and she could not tear her eyes from him. She turned red and stuttered. Prince Charming blew a kiss and with a wink went a step towards her in slow motion. But what was that? The Prince Charming tripped over the carpet. Unlike Humperdinck, Prince Charming recovered from his fall with a stylish ninja roll. He said with a flirtatious smile,
Hello.
The princess was overcome with emotion and fainted. To put it simply, the typical woman hormones like that. Seeing the princess lying on the floor, Prince Humperdinck leapt to his feet and brought his sword, shouting,
Hello.
This led to a fight of anger, jealousy, and pride. The entire time they yelled insults at each other, and the carpet which they tripped over again and again. You have to fight now! And trip over the carpet again and again.
And again.
The clock struck 11. The frightened owl started flying around and making crazy noises but sat down on the windowsill again. With the sound of the clock, the princess woke up and saw the two princes fighting. She tried to stop the fight by stepping between them and shouting, "Stop!" Then there was complete silence. Prince Charming took the hand of the princess and broke the silence by saying,
Just say it.
The princess gazed love-struck into his eyes. The clock struck 12. The frightened owl started flying around and making crazy noises but sat down on the windowsill again. So exactly at midnight there was again a knocking at the door. Both Prince and Princess stared toward the door as the King and Queen entered the room. The Queen ran to her daughter with great joy, asking, At the same time, the King stamped across the carpet to the Prince, picked him up and pinned him to the wall, shouting,
What are they doing? The princess needs a shave.
The love for the princess filled Charming with great courage, and he announced his intentions.
November just ended.
The king was impressed by the prince's response and released him saying,
Saying, you're a handsome prince.
Since it was Hug the Royal Day, Prince and Princess as well as King and Queen hugged each other, which at least became a group hug. Jamelin? So they lived happily ever after. The curtain